It's time to get your outdoor space up to spec. Shai is here to show us how he transformed an awkward urban deck, a back deck, into a dialed-in outdoor living space. Let's have a look.
So outdoor spaces have become really the primary spot that people are concentrating on, especially this year. And urban outdoor spaces can be a little bit of a challenge because of the footprint. So I'm here at my client's outdoor space downtown Toronto, and as you can see, it's quite small. Now, there are some great bones to the space. The woodwork, she has a fire pit, but there are some challenges. The table, far too big in my opinion. And I'm noticing there's no lounge area. Finally, over here, someone had a fight with the barbecue. I'm not even gonna uncover it. It's a disaster. Everything is very linear, so I think what we need to introduce is a round table. It's gonna soften the lines of the space. We have this great greenery here, the lilac tree, there are some hanging plants, but it's really concentrated into one corner. The AstroTurf is actually a brilliant idea for urban spaces because it is carefree, it is green all year round. You're the envy of your neighbors, you always have the green lawn, but we do need to introduce some greenery into other parts or other zones of the backyard. So what I want to do with the space is actually create zones. Now there is a misconception that in a small space you can't have zones within the zones, but I'm going to prove you guys wrong. I want to create a proper dining area, a proper lounge area, a proper barbecue area, and somewhere, of course, for her younger daughter to be able to hang out with her friends as well. We'll see you guys on the other side.
So I have had many fights with my barbecue as well. I understand. Beautiful space though. And Shai, you're saying the smaller the space, the more important it is to create zones.
Absolutely, Trace. There is this misconception that in small spaces you can't have dedicated zones. And this really proves that not only can you, but you must have, because without these zones, the space becomes a hot mess.
Absolutely. You got to make sure things are sort of organized the smaller the space. So talk to us a little bit about that lounge setup.
Yeah, so the lounge area was really important. She didn't have that here beforehand. And, we wanted to create a space where she and her friends or her daughter and their friends could really hang out and enjoy. But the furniture choice was really important. So if you notice, the backing of the chairs and the sofa have these beautiful rope details or like a webbing. And what this is good for is it's quite airy. So in the summer, the air is able to go through, which is nice on your back when it's hot out. The furniture itself has rounded backs, rounded edges, again, which creates a softer, more organic feel. We added the beautiful coffee tables, which has that mosaic detail on it, so it's a little bit more of a shabby chic look. It really came together beautifully.
It is so cozy and really chic looking. I love it, Shai. So talk to us about the dining area. I heard you were adamant about getting a round table in there.
Absolutely. So if, you remember in the before, we had that rectangular table, it was way too big for the space. But because there is so much linear detail in the backyard, all the slats in the walls, and of course the decking, I wanted to create a more organic, softer feel. So a round table does that. Now we paired it with the two chairs, and then she uses the back bench, which she already has, which was a great detail, as the additional seating. It really complements the space well.
Yeah, it sure does. I see you've got a bit of a theme going here. You've got two carpets and you've got two dining chairs. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, so it's very much about the zones, Trace. So, carpets are great, or rugs are great for defining space. Visually we can see that this is one space, this is the other space. The furniture itself also defines the space. The two chairs that we used here actually continue and close off this area and give a visual divide to the lounge area behind it.
Okay, one thing that I think a lot of us are concerned about is just shade. If you are in a situation where you're getting full sun, for a good part of the day, you want shade in your backyard. So that umbrella really makes a statement. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So, shade is important, especially here. This is south facing. This cantilever umbrella from our friends at Lowe's is great because it can sit in a corner and then protrude over the dining area or over the lounge area, which is super important on those hot summer days.
Okay, should we talk about the barbecue fight? What happened with the barbecue? Like, how did we resolve the argument?
Let's talk about that barbecue. So the barbecue went up in flames. I'm not quite sure who started the fight, but the homeowner won and the barbecue's gone. So we got this great new barbecue again from our friends at Lowe's, which is really cool because it has the two leaves on the side. So for smaller spaces, this is fantastic because it fits really nicely. When she does need to open and expand, she can do that comfortably.
So tell me this, Shai, when you walk into a space, because you were very good at doing small spaces and you walk the walk and you talk the talk, you usually live in,
Thank you.
spaces that are compact and you make them look so good. What is your first consideration when you walk into a small space about how you're going to make it work? Because I've heard it mentioned a few times, don't think because you have a small space you need small furniture. You need to sort of fill out that space, don't you?
You got it. So this was really important. So, there is that misconception, just like you say, small spaces have to have small furniture. Incorrect. So, the dining tables from our friends at IKEA's, it is a, it's a standard size. It looks amazing. And then, of course, the lounge furniture from our friends at HomeSense, again, standard sizing. The trick is the lines in it. So because we have the rounded edges, the rounded lines in it, it feels more organic and it's easier to maneuver around. This is going to be really important when you're defining small spaces and designing small spaces.
Well, your client must be so happy, Shai. You did a great job. Thank you for that. So good.
Thanks, babe.